You spent over 12 years in school, maybe even more in college, memorizing facts, solving equations, and passing exams. Yet, most people come out with zero knowledge about how money works in the real world. You learn about mitochondria, historical battles, and the Pythagorean theorem. But no one explains credit, taxes, investing, or how to build real wealth. And the truth is, that is not an accident. The system was designed to produce obedient workers, not financially free thinkers. This is why millions graduate smart but broke. They enter adulthood prepared to follow rules, but unprepared to create freedom. They know how to find the area of a triangle, but not how to read a paycheck stub. They are taught to chase grades, not financial independence. And if you are still wondering why money always seems to slip away, this might be the missing piece. Let us break down exactly what schools never taught you about money, and why learning these lessons now can change everything for your future. Number 1. They never taught you the difference between income and wealth. Schools trained you to earn income, not to build wealth. They told you to get a good job and work hard, but they never told you that a high salary does not mean financial success. In fact, many people who earn 6 figures live paycheck to paycheck. Why? Because income is what you earn, but wealth is what you keep and grow. If you earn $10,000 a month but spend all of it, you are still broke. If you earn $3,000 but invest wisely and live below your means, you are on the path to financial freedom. Wealth comes from assets, from owning things that grow in value or produce income. This includes stocks, real estate, businesses, and intellectual property. Schools rarely, if ever, taught you how to build or acquire these. They emphasized working for money, not having money work for you. That is why most people spend decades on the hamster wheel, running hard but getting nowhere. So now is the time to shift your mindset. Ask yourself not how much you earn, but how much you keep and grow. That is the real game. Number 2. Taxes are a tool, not a burden. Teachers explained how to calculate taxes but never how to minimize them legally. They showed you the tax form but not the strategy behind deductions, credits, and business structures. The wealthy view taxes as a strategic expense. They set up corporations, establish retirement accounts, and deploy trusts to shelter income and accelerate growth. A proper tax plan can save thousands of dollars each year, money you can reinvest instead of handing over to the government. Most people think tax avoidance is illegal. It is not. Tax avoidance is using the rules in your favor. Tax evasion is breaking the law, yet schools never gave you a primer on the difference. Now you know. Use tax codes to grow your assets instead of working harder to pay higher rates. Number 3. They never taught you how to manage debt. One of the most dangerous things about the education system is its silence on debt. Students graduate with credit cards, student loans, car payments, and no real understanding of how debt works. They take on liabilities thinking they are making progress. But many of these debts are traps, high interest, long-term, and draining. Schools never taught you that debt can either be a tool or a weapon. Used wisely, it can help build wealth, like borrowing to invest in a cash-flowing property. Used poorly, it becomes a lifetime burden. The key difference is knowledge. Rich people use debt to buy assets. Poor people use debt to buy liabilities. Schools never explained this. You were taught that a loan for a degree is always good. A credit card is normal. But they never showed you how compound interest can work against you. They never explained the psychological weight of owing money. And they certainly never taught you how to pay it off strategically or how to avoid it entirely. Understanding debt is not optional. It is essential. Because in the real world, what you owe matters just as much as what you earn. Number 4. They never taught you how to invest. Schools taught you how to save money, not how to grow it. You were told to open a savings account, maybe buy a piggy bank, and avoid spending recklessly. But they never introduced you to compound interest, the stock market, or the importance of owning equity. Saving money is safe, but investing money is what builds wealth. By the time most people learn about investing, they have already lost years of opportunity. Compound growth favors the early starter. Every year you wait costs you exponentially. Yet, schools kept you in the dark. They never explained the difference between index funds and individual stocks. They never showed you how to calculate a return or how inflation erodes cash sitting in a savings account. Worse, they made investing seem risky and confusing. In reality, there are simple strategies that have built wealth for decades. Even basic knowledge about dollar-cost averaging or ETFs can set you apart from 90% of the population. If you are not investing, you are falling behind. Schools should have taught this from day one. Number 5. They never taught you how to make money outside a job. The idea that you must work a job to make money is deeply rooted in the school system. That is because the system was built during the industrial age. to produce employees for factories, not entrepreneurs or investors. As a result, you were trained to follow instructions, meet deadlines, and respect authority. But you were never trained to think independently, build a brand, or launch a business. No one in school ever told you that you could sell a product online, rent out a room on Airbnb, or license your skills as a freelancer. They never showed you how to generate income streams that are not tied to a boss or a 9-to-5 schedule. And because of that, most people never consider alternatives. They think the only way to make more is to work more. But in today's world, that idea is broken. The internet has changed everything. Anyone with a phone and Wi-Fi can start building income streams from anywhere. But first, you have to unlearn what you were taught. You must give yourself permission to earn in new ways. The moment you realize that you can create income on your own terms, everything changes. This is one of the most powerful truths schools never dared to teach. Number 6. They never taught you that time is more valuable than money. In school, you were taught to trade your time for money. To spend 8 hours a day learning how to work for someone else. But they never told you that time is the one thing you can never get back. They never explained that true wealth is not measured in dollars, but in freedom. Freedom to choose how you spend your days. Freedom to live life on your own terms. Many people sacrifice decades climbing the corporate ladder, only to reach the top and realize they never lived. They missed their children growing up. They ignored their health. They postponed dreams. All for a paycheck. Schools never questioned this model. They encouraged it. But now you know better. The rich understand this principle deeply. That is why they focus on passive income, automation, and scalable businesses. They protect their time. They buy it back. And that is what allows them to enjoy life fully. Money matters, but time matters more. And the system was never designed to teach you that. Number 7. It is time to learn what schools did not teach. You cannot blame yourself for what you were never taught. But you can take full responsibility from this moment forward. The truth is, everything you need to know about money is available today. The knowledge is not hidden. It is just not handed out in classrooms. You must go seek it, study it, apply it, because the world rewards those who understand how money works and punishes those who do not. Start small. Read one book. Invest a few dollars. Track your expenses. Launch a tiny side hustle. These actions compound, and over time they build financial confidence. You no longer have to follow a broken script. You can write your own. If this resonated with you, then the next video is a must-watch. It is called How to Start a Business with Zero Capital, Step by Step. Because once you understand money, the next step is learning how to create it, from scratch, without waiting for permission. Your financial freedom is not in a diploma. It is in your decisions. Start making the right ones today.